thin dime slipped along the edge, spun once fast then left the ledge. Quick bright ring against the tile, gone beneath the counter aisle. I reached down but found no trace. Empty space beneath that place before my hand could follow through. Metal touched by you, a coin on the counter tilted all the room askew. One small fall across the floor drew a line between us two. No clear reason led to this, just a break within the flow. Something turned without a sign as your hand met mine. Light caught faint upon its side, marking where it chose to hide. You rose slow, no sudden move. Time reduced, then lost its groove. Claire kept counting, unaware, but a change hung in the air. Weight of seconds shifted thin, holding what begins. A coin on the counter changed the way the moment stays. No design to follow through, yet it bends the passing phase. Wood and glass and evening light hold a different kind of tone. What began as chance alone now is quietly grown. Footsteps blur along the floor, voices fade behind the door. Nothing marks what settles here, but it draws us near. A coin on the counter leaves a trace without a sound. One small drop and lifted edge shift the space that wraps around. Though the change returns to place and the room resumes its flow, that small turn remains below more than we can show. Metal rests back where it lay, but that turn will not decay. Corner washed in amber glow, quiet lane with little flow. Map held loose against my side, steps unsure of where to guide. Your outline in the light cut across the narrow night. Distance close by, just a few measured steps to you. The streetlight introduction flickered into quiet motion. One small pause beneath the glow set a gentle undertow. No grand plan and no design, just your presence next to mine. Love can start without instruction in a streetlight introduction. march along the grounds and hit city all around. Hands describe a turning way, while your eyes decide to stay. Names unspoken, time held thin. Night folds softly closing in. In that pool of amber hue, something steady grew. The streetlight introduction changed the shape of this direction. Not a path I meant to take, yet a turn I did not break. Steps resumed, yet something stayed in the light that slowly swayed. Two brief lives in intersection in a streetlight introduction. And fading sound leave a hush that circles round. Under one dim halo cast lingers more than what has passed. The streetlight introduction lives beyond that small connection. One brief stop and one soft gaze travel far beyond those days. Though the road pulled me away and the light began to sway, love first formed without protection in a streetlight introduction. Amber fades along the lane, but that glow remains again. Name card set by folded cloth, single setting, nothing lost. Chair pulled out with careful grace, quiet claim of borrowed space. Footsteps stop beside the frame, not by chance yet not by name. Room grows closer, barely new with a shift in view. A table for one or two turns the evening into new. One more chair and one soft sign bends the line of yours and mine. Plates untouched and voices low find a place to start and grow. Love can rise in simple view at a table meant for two. A candle bends with hidden air, light plays softly on your hair. Cutlery rests on you, still time leans gently to your will. Eyes connect, then drift aside, then return without a guide. Space once mine begins to move toward a different groove. A table for one or two holds a calm both strange and true. No request and no display, just a closeness that will stay. Dining room fades out of sight, leaving only this small night. Two lone paths align in view at a table meant for two. On wooden backs, soft talk fades to distant tracks. In this pause no one can see to lives beyond what we both knew. One small turn and one brief gaze echo through the passing days. Though the bill will end the scene and the chairs go back between, love first moved without a clue at a table meant for two. Candle dims but does not fall, leaving light upon it all. Quiet tune upon my lips, soft as breath in drifting slips. No one there to hear the line, simple notes that felt like mine. Then your eyes turned from the room, caught the trace of that small tune. Something in the way you stayed shifted how it played, a song you hummed first, broke a silence unrehearsed. One soft phrase and one small tone made a space no longer lone. Melody without a name drew two hearts into the same. Love can rise without a verse from a song you hummed first. Hands were still upon the table, air grew warm and somehow stable. You moved close but not too near, close enough for sound to clear. What began as passing sound turned to something more profound. From a tune both light and slight came a deeper light, a song you hummed first made the quiet feel less terse. Notes that wandered through the air brought a gentle meeting there. No grand stage and no design, just your rhythm next to mine. Love began without a thirst from a song you hummed first. Voices drifted far away, but that tune chose to stay in that space of breath and tone. We were not alone, a song you hummed first, lives beyond what words can nurse. One brief line and one soft sound turned a passing moment round. Though the tune may fade from view, it will always lead to you. Love first moved without a verse from a song you hummed first. Faint notes linger in the air, and I find you waiting there. resting on the curb, morning waiting on the brink, rubber wheels along the lane, footsteps brushing silent stone, printed pages hold the day, carried through the town alone, newspaper before sunrise, rolling down the street, quiet stacks of morning news travel at his feet. Newspaper before sunrise, ink and paper sound, first small rhythm of the day, moving through the town. Windows dark along the block, porches cool with sleeping air, one by one the papers land, stories resting there. Distant train beyond the hill, pigeons stir along the wire, light begins a silver line, stretching ever higher. Headlines wait inside the fold, city breath begins to grow, every page a waking bell for the streets below. Newspaper before sunrise, rustle through the dawn, pages spread across the steps while the night is gone. Newspaper before sunrise, soft wheels down the lane, morning finds its first small voice through the ink and rain. Twine falls loose beside the car, day arrives with open stars. Door stood half between the night, faint gold line of borrowed light. Footsteps slowed but did not end, air grew close where paths would bend. Hands unsure of where to fall, no clear reason left at all. Eyes held on a final view, longer than they knew. Before we said goodbye, time refused to pass us by. One small pause along the line drew your breath close into mine. No grand word and no display, only something chose to stay. What began without a sign held us for a time. Street lay quiet past the door, night felt deeper than before. Your outline against the glow shifted soft and held me so. Nothing asked and nothing given, yet a weight had quietly risen. Seconds stretched beyond their place, held within that space. Before we said goodbye, something lingered asking why. No clear path to understand, only nearness hand to hand. Light grew thin along the wall, still the moment held it. it all, two lives brushed without design, held us for a time. Street lay quiet past the door, night felt deeper than before. Your outline against the glow shifted soft and held me so. Nothing asked and nothing given, yet a weight had quietly risen. Seconds stretched beyond their place, held within that space. Before we said goodbye, something lingered asking why. No clear path to understand, only nearness hand to hand. Light grew thin along the wall, still the moment held it all, two lives brushed without design. at the edge of time. Distant sound of moving air left a hush that settled there in that fragile, quiet frame. Nothing stayed the same. Before we said goodbye, left a mark that will not die. One small turn before the end bent the line we could not mend, though the night would pull away, and the words we did not say, all that lingered undefined, stays within the mind. Door closed slow behind the light, but that pause outlives the night. Iron stairs above the street, summer air along the rail, city breath beneath the roofs, windows catching every note, young horn resting in his hands, copper shining under lamps, first long tone across the block. Night begins to slowly turn. Trumpet from the fire escape, golden sound in midnight air, notes drift over sleeping doors, floating through the narrow square. Trumpet from the fire escape, soft blue line across the sky. Every rooftop hears the tune as the quiet hours pass by. Laundry lines and brick walls glow, cats pause softly on the ledge, taxi rolling far below, rhythm moving through the edge, bent blue phrases start to rise, warm brass painting gentle light, street begins to breathe along with the music of the night. Copper voice above the lane, simple horn and open sky. Little band of city sounds joining as the notes fly by. Trumpet from the fire escape. Night turns mellow, calm and deep. Melody through darkened streets, sailing where the rooftops sleep. Trumpet from the fire escape. Last long tone begins to fade. Morning waits beyond the blocks, while the quiet serenade horn rests softly by his side. City hum continues on. Gray sky hanging over town, scarf pulled tight as dusk came down. One glove missing from my side, lost somewhere along the ride. Crowded street and hurried feet, carried on without a beat. Then a pause cut through the flow, where I did not know. The lost glove return came without a reason learned. Cold air fading from my hand met a warmth I did not plan. Nothing more than what was done, yet it felt like something begun. Hearts can turn without a word through a lost glove returned. Leather worn and edges thin held a trace of where I'd been. You had found it on the ground where the rush made little sound. Eyes met once, then drifted wide. Time leaned softly to the side. No one marked the passing scene, but it changed something in me. The lost glove returned, shifted more than I could learn. No grand act and no display, only care that chose to stay. City noise fell out of frame, leaving space without a name. Two stray paths began to turn with a glare returned. Streetlight flickered overhead, soft gold halo gently spread. Breath hung pale between the air while we lingered there. The lost glove returned, lives in ways I can't unlearn. One small kindness in the cold carried more than it could hold. Though we walked our separate ways, that brief pause remains and stays. Love first moved without concern through a lost glove return. Cold wind but that warmth stayed incomplete. Noise piled high against the ceiling, glass caught light uneven reeling. Your lips formed a fragile motion, lost inside the room's commotion. I held only shape, not meaning, faint outline the air was keeping. That absence pressed against my chest like a question left unguessed. Your name I almost missed, balanced on the edge of this. Half a sound and nothing more, opened up an unseen door. No clear sign to understand, only air between your hand. Love took hold without insist, with a name I almost missed. Movement slowed without a reason, focus cut through shifting season. All surrounding tones grew thinner, leaving space that pulled me nearer. Your expression held the answer before sound could ever anchor. Then it reached me soft and sure, and the room was not obscure. Change the axis I exist. Single word now fully known, made the crowded space its own. Nothing grand to mark the start, only pressure in the heart. Two brief lives no longer drift, with a name I almost missed. Stood still without a guide. Sound withdrew and stepped aside. In that fragile, sharpened line, something chose to realign. Your name I almost missed, carved a mark that will persist. What was nearly lost to air now remains with quiet care. Through the blur it found its place, set a light I still can trace. Love began without a twist, with a name I almost missed. All returns to restless tone, but that word remains alone. Umber smudged on the metal edge, cold bench holding patient weight, clock hand circling past the gate, footsteps fade then start again, streetlight hum and distant train, delay stretches out the night into borrowed light. The bus that came late opened up a different fate, minutes lost along the way turned to something that would stay. No design and no debate, just a shift in what we wait. Love can rise outside the gate with a bus that came late. Paper ticket folded tight, breath drawn slow in yellow light. Your shadow moved beside my own, close enough to not feel alone. Eyes met once then chose to stay, while the hours slipped away. In that pause between the lines, something real aligns. The bus that came late changed the rhythm we relate. No clear plan and no request, just a calm that felt like rest. Waiting turned to quiet state, where two strangers hesitate. Two brief lives recalibrate with a bus that came late. Slow along the street, leaves turn soft beneath our feet. In that gap of time unplanned, space expands. The bus that came late, lives beyond the ticking weight. One small wait and one soft gaze carry through the passing days. Though the ride will separate and the road will dominate, love first moved without a date with a bus that came late. Headlights cut across the line, and that moment holds in mind. Back door open to the street, cool air settling round my feet. Neon flicker on the wall, late hour pressing soft and small. You stood near the alley light, hands at ease, not holding tight. Ash fell slow upon the ground while no one else was around. Smoke break conversation turned a pause to fascination. No grand start and no clear end, just a space we chose to spend. Fading light and quiet breath met between the rest and stress. Love can rise in hesitation through a smoke break conversation. City murmurs drifting low Passing cars in muted flow, you leaned back against the brick. Time grew loose and slightly thick. Glances moved but did not stay, then returned without delay. In that narrow, silent place, time slowed down its pace. Smoke break conversation, changed the tone of the location. Not a plan and not a sign, just your silence next to mine. Night moved on, but we stood clear, held within a moment near. Two calm hearts found orientation in a smoke break conversation. Shut again, light spilled out and folded in. Footsteps passed but did not break what that hour chose to make. Smoke break conversation, life beyond the situation. One short pause and one small spark left a glow within the dark. Though the night would take its turn, that brief calm began to burn. Love first found its indication through a smoke break conversation. Ash grew cold upon the ground, but that trace stayed hanging around. Neon hums by the door, chrome chairs rust in gentle woes, clippers cold beside the sink. Mirror keeps the fading glow. Apron hangs upon the hook. Warm light spreads across the floor. Evening settles in the glass. Footsteps pause beside the door. Neon barber shop, soft light on the street. One more trim before the night. Simple work complete. Neon barber shop, steel and silver shine. Quiet craft beneath the glow, closing time in mind. Last chill turns toward the glass. Scissors move in patient arcs. Outer brush along the cheek. Lamp reflects the fading sparks. Head returns upon the head. Curve finds shape along the arm. Doorbell rings a mellow tone. Night receives its calm. Gentle hands and steady eyes mark the hour and the age. Neon barber shop, blue light through the pane. Street goes quiet in the glow. Peace along the lane. Neon barber shop, door begins to close. City breath beneath the sign, while the evening slows. Neon fades above the door. Clippers sleep beside the chair. Platform lamps and silver rows, steel rails holding quiet light, suitcase wheels along the stone, midnight breathing through the night. Ticket folded in a hand, low voice drifting near the gate, distant engine hum begins, echo rolling down the plate. Last train at track 7, doors slide into line. Many roads inside one ride, crossing through the time. Last train at track 7, lanterns softly glow. Every traveler carries somewhere left to go. Head brim low above the eyes, letters resting in a coat. Steam begins a gentle cloud, whistle lifts a lonely note. Couple standing near the door, worker leaning on a case. Every story finds a seat in the moving space. Iron wheels and patient rails gather miles ahead. Night unfolds beyond the glass, silver lines of thread. Last train at track 7, slow departure song. Tracks begin their quiet dance, pulling hearts along. City lights grow small. Morning waits beyond the hills, calling to them all. Engine breath fades down the line. Stars remain above the sun. Metal cage with closing seam cuts the hallway to a dream. Indicator softly burns, counting quiet upward turns. Perfume mixed with city dust, breath held light in borrowed trust. Two reflections tilt and sway while seconds slip away. The elevator pause, locks us in without a cause. No wide room and no disguise, just the truth inside our eyes. Rising slow through numbered space brings a shift we cannot trace. Love begins in narrow laws. In the elevator pause, button glow against your hand marks a floor that wasn't planned. Shoulders angled, inches near, carrying a fragile sphere. No one speaks, no need to try. Weight hangs soft between you and I. In the climb, both short and long, something moves along. The elevator pause, bends a glance into a cause. No grand scene and no display, just a pull that will not stray. Walls reflect a different view, where I stand too close to you. Two brief lives begin to cross. In the elevator pause, the shape of something slight between one floor and the next builds a quiet text. The elevator pause, lives beyond its metal laws. One short rise and one soft gaze, stay beyond those passing days. Doors will part and break the frame, yet nothing feels the same. Love first moved without applause. In the elevator pause, steps move out into the hall, but that hush outlives it all. Paper for drifts and quiet rains. Street lamp fading into gray, morning on the meadow wings. Footsteps mark the empty lane. Dust collects beside the rail. Cool air resting on the block. City holds a silent tale. Street sweeper blues, soft broom across the ground. First calm rhythm of the day, brushing through the town. Street sweeper blues, gentle working song. Every pass along the street carries dawn along. Tin can rolls beside the drain, poster curls upon the wall. Windows hold a silver glow. Early birds begin to call. Gloves pull tight against the chill. Cartwheels turn a patient round. Every corner growing clean. Order rising from the ground. Simple motion, steady pace. Night fades into pale light. Small clear lines across the road guide the coming sight. Street sweeper blues. Dawn begins to show. Fresh streets greet the rising sun with a quiet glow. Street sweeper blues, morning finds its start. Gentle work before the crowd sets the city heart. Broom rests softly by the car. Day begins across the street. Queue bends under evening light. Posters glow against the night. Coins grow warm inside my hand. Slow steps forward as we stand. You were just one place behind, close enough to catch your time. Shoulders turned a little slow as the minutes flowed. The line at the ticket window held a moment soft and low. One small shift and one brief glance opened up a quiet chance. Waiting time began to move into something warm and smooth. Two strangers found a gentle glow in the line at the ticket window. Glass reflects the passing street. Footsteps echo defeat. Numbers cold and paper torn. A quiet hush began to form. You leaned slightly, not too near, close enough for words to clear. From a pause both light and thin came a world within. The line at the ticket window turned delay to undertow. No grand scene and no design, just your presence next to mine. Hands and tickets, breath and air shifted something unaware. Love can rise and never show in the line at the ticket window. That small space we came to share lingered in the air. The line at the ticket window, lives where brief connections grow. One short wait and one small turn left a quiet thing to learn. Though the doors would take us through separate paths out of you, love first came and chose to flow in the line at the ticket window. Ticket torn and footsteps fade, but that pause will never fade. Thin dime slipped along the edge, spun once fast then left the ledge. Quick bright ring against the tile, gone beneath the counter aisle. I reached down but found no trace, empty space beneath that place. Before my hand could follow through, metal touch by you. A coin on the counter tilted all the room askew. One small fall across the floor drew a line between us two. No clear reason led to this, just a break Footsteps blur along the floor. Voices fade behind the door. Nothing marks what settles here, but it draws us near. A coin on the counter leaves a trace without a sound. One small drop and lifted edge shift the space that wraps around. Though the change returns to place and the room resumes its flow, that small turn remains below. More than we can show. Metal rests back where it lay, but that turn will not decay. Quiet tune upon my lips, soft as breath in drifting slips. No one there to hear the line, simple notes that felt like mine. Then your eyes turned from the room, caught the trace of that small tune. Something in the way you stayed shifted how it played, a song you hummed first, broke a silence unrehearsed. One soft phrase and one small tone made a space no longer alone. Melody without a name drew two hearts into the same. Love can rise without a verse from a song you hummed first. Hands were still upon the table. Air grew warm and somehow stable. You moved close but not too near, close enough for sound to clear. What began as passing sound turned to something more profound. From a tune both light and slight came a deeper light, a song you hummed first made the quiet feel less terse. Notes that wandered through the air brought a gentle meeting there. No grand stage and no design, just your rhythm next to mine. Love began without a thirst from a song you hummed first. breath and tone. We were not alone. A song you hummed first. Lives beyond what words can nurse. One brief line and one soft sound turned a passing moment round. Though the tune may fade from view, it will always lead to you. Love first moved without a verse from a song you hummed first. Faint notes linger in the air, and I find you waiting there. Name card set by folded cloth, single setting, nothing lost. Chair pulled out with careful grace, quiet claim of borrowed space. Footsteps stop beside the frame, not by chance yet not by name. Room grows closer, barely new, with a shift in view. A table for one or two turns the evening into new. One more chair and one soft sign bends the line of yours and mine. Plates untouched and voices low, find a place to start and grow. Love can rise in simple view at a table meant for two. Candle bends with hidden air, light plays softly on your hair. Cutlery rests unused still, time leans gently to your will. Eyes connect, then drift aside, then return without a guide. Space once mine begins to move toward a different groove. A table for one or two holds a calm both strange and true. Just a closeness that will stay. Dining room fades out of sight, leaving only this small night. Two lone paths align in view at a table meant for two. Coats hang loose on wooden backs, soft talk fades to distant tracks. In this pause no one can see what begins quietly. A table for one or two, lives beyond what we both knew. One small turn and one brief gaze echo through the passing days. Though the bill will end the scene and the chairs go back between, love first moved without a clue at a table meant for two. but does not fall, leaving light upon it all. Stood half between the night, faint gold line of borrowed light. Footsteps slowed but did not end. Air grew close where paths would bend. Hands unsure of where to fall. No clear reason left at all. Eyes held on a final view, longer than they knew before we said goodbye. Time refused to pass us by. One small pause along the line drew your breath close into mine. No grand word and no display, only something chose to stay. What began without a sign held us for a time. Street lay quiet past the door. Night felt deeper than before. Your outline against the glow shifted soft and held me so. Nothing asked and nothing given, yet a weight had quietly risen. Seconds stretched beyond their place, held within that space before we said goodbye. Something lingered asking why. No clear path to understand, only nearness hand to hand. Light grew thin along the wall, still the moment held it all. Two lives brushed without design at the edge of time. Distant sound of moving air left a hush that settled there. In that fragile, quiet frame, nothing stayed the same. Before we said goodbye, left a mark that will not die. One small turn before the end bent the line we could not mend. Though the night would pull away, and the words we did not say, all that lingered undefined stays within the mind. Door closed slow behind the light, but that pause outlives the night. Platform lamps and silver roads, steel rails holding quiet light, suitcase wheels along the stone, midnight breathing through the night. Ticket folded in a hand, low voice drifting near the gate. Distant engine hum begins, echo rolling down the plate. Last train at track 7, doors slide into line. Many roads inside one ride, crossing through the time. Last train at track 7, lanterns softly glow. Every traveler carries somewhere left to go. Hat brim low above the eyes, letters resting in a coat. Steam begins a gentle cloud, whistle lifts a lonely note. Couple standing near the door, worker leaning on a case. Every story finds a seat in the moving space. Iron wheels and patient rails gather miles ahead. Night unfolds beyond the glass, silver lines of thread. Last train at track 7, slow departure song. Tracks begin their quiet dance, pulling hearts along. Last train at track 7, city lights grow small. Morning waits beyond the hills, calling to them all. Engine breath fades down the line. Stars remain above the sign. Blue neon hums by the door. Comb chairs rest in gentle rows. Clippers cool beside the sink. Mirror keeps the fading glow. Apron hangs upon the hook. Warm light spreads across the floor. Evening settles in a glass. Footsteps pause beside the door. Neon barber shop. Soft light on the street. One more trim before the night. Simple work complete. Neon barber shop. Steel and silver shine. Quiet craft beneath the glow. Closing time in line. Last chair turns toward the glass. Scissors move in patient arcs. Powder brush along the cheek. Lamp reflects the fading sparks. Hat returns upon the head. Coat finds shape along the arms. Doorbell rings a mellow tone. Night receives its calm. beside while the evening slows. Neon fades above the door. Clippers sleep beside the chair. Street lamp fading into gray, bundle tied with twine and ink. Cold air resting on the curb, morning waiting on the brink. Rubber wheels along the lane, footsteps brushing silent stone. Printed pages hold the day, carried through the town alone. Newspaper before sunrise, rolling down the street. Quiet stacks of morning news travel at his feet. Newspaper before sunrise, ink and paper sound. First small rhythm of the day, moving through the town. Windows dark along the block, porches cool with sleeping air. One by one the papers land, stories resting there. Distant train beyond the hill, pigeons stir along the wire. Light begins a silver line, stretching ever higher. Headlines wait inside the fold, city breath begins to grow. Every page a waking bell for the streets below. Newspaper before sunrise, rustle through the dawn. Pages spread across the steps while the night is gone. Newspaper before sunrise, soft wheels down the lane. Morning finds its first small voice through the ink and rain. Twine falls loose beside the car. Day arrives with open stars. Back door open to the street. Cool air settling round my feet. Neon flicker on the wall. Late hour pressing soft and small. You stood near the alley light, hands at ease, not holding tight. Ash fell slow upon the ground, while no one else was around. Smoke break conversation turned a pause to fascination. No grand start and no clear end, just a space we chose to spend. Fading light and quiet breath met between the rest and stress. Love can rise in hesitation through through a smoke break conversation. City murmurs drifting low, passing cars in muted flow. You leaned back against the brick. Time grew loose and slightly thick. Glances moved but did not stay, then returned without delay. In that narrow, silent place, time slowed down its pace. Smoke break conversation changed the tone of the location. Not a plan and not a sign, just your silence next to mine. Night moved on but we stood clear, held within a moment near. Two calm hearts found orientation in a smoke break conversation. Door swung once, then shut again. Light spilled out and folded in. Footsteps passed but did not break what that hour chose to make. Smoke break conversation, life beyond the situation. One short pause and one small spark left a glow within the dark. Though the night would take its turn, that brief calm began to burn. Love first found its indication through a smoke break conversation. Grew cold upon the ground, but that trace stayed hanging round. Broom moves slow along the curb. Paper drifts in quiet rings. Street lamp fading into gray. Morning on the metal wings. Footsteps mark the empty lane. Dust collects beside the rail. Cool air resting on the block. City holds a silent tale. Street sweeper blues. Soft broom across the ground. First calm rhythm of the day, brushing through the town. Street sweeper blues, gentle working song. Every pass along the street carries dawn along. Tin can rows beside the drain. Poster curls upon the wall. Windows hold a silver glow. Early birds begin to call. Gloves pull tight against the chill. Cartwheels turn a patient round. Every corner growing clean. Order rising from the ground. Steady pace. Night fades into pale light. Small clear lines across the road guide the coming sight. Street sweeper blues. Dawn begins to show. Fresh streets greet the rising sun with a quiet glow. Street sweeper blues. Morning finds its start. Gentle work before the crowd sets the city hard. Broom rests softly by the car. Day begins across the street. Schedule board worn and unclear. Cold air settles, drawing near. Bench holds shape of those who leave. Loose paper card and sleeve. Lamp above gives uneven light. Wires hum into the night. Your shadow shifts beside my own. Close but not alone. The bus that came late twisted how the hours relate. Minutes scatter, lose their line. Breaking rhythm, changing time. No fixed reason, no clear start. Only motion in the heart. What was empty altars stayed through a bus that came late. Brushes along your coat. Soft threads lift and barely float. Street grows wide then feels confined. Space redraws its quiet line. Hands remain without a sign. Read the lines then misaligns. A subtle shift without a name moves through the frame. The bus that came late bends the shape of how we wait. No direction drawn ahead. Only silence softly spread. Road lies open, dim and slow. Holding more than it can show. Something forms beneath the weight of a bus that came late. Space both calm and clear. Time unravels thread by thread, leaving what was said. The bus that came late marks a line that does not fade. One delay that bends the view, shifts the sense of what is true. Though the wheels will roll away, this remains beyond the day. Nothing named, no need to stay. What began through late, engine hum arrives too soon, breaking open what had grown. Queue bends under evening light. Posters glow against the night. Coins grow warm inside my hand. Slow steps forward as we stand. You were just one place behind, close enough to catch your time. Shoulders turned a little slow as the minutes flowed. The line at the ticket window held a moment soft and low. One small shift and one brief glance opened up a quiet chance. Waiting time began to move into something warm and smooth. Two strangers found a gentle glow in the line at the ticket window. Glass reflects the passing street. Footsteps echo under feet. Numbers called and paper torn. A quiet hush began to form. You leaned slightly, not too near, close enough for words to clear. From a pause both light and thin came a world within. The line at the ticket window turned delay to undertow. No grand scene and no design, just your presence next to mine. Hands and tickets, breath and air, shifted something unaware. Love can rise and never show in the line at the ticket window. Face to face, time kept up its steady pace. That small space we came to share lingered in the air. The line at the ticket window, lives where brief connections grow. One short wait and one small turn left a quiet thing to learn. Though the doors would take us through separate paths out of view, love first came and chose to flow in the line at the ticket window. Torn and footsteps fade, but that pause will never fade. Gray sky hanging over town, scarf pulled tight as dusk came down. One glove missing from my side, lost somewhere along the ride. Crowded street and hurried feet, carried on without a beat. Then a pause cut through the the flow where I did not know the lost glove return came without a reason learned. Cold air fading from my hand met a warmth I did not plan. Nothing more than what was done, yet it felt like something begun. Hearts can turn without a word through a lost glove returned. Leather worn and edges thin held a trace of where I'd been. You had found it on the ground where the rush made little sound. Eyes met once, then drifted wide. Time leaned softly to the side. No one marked the passing scene, but it changed something in me. The lost glove returned, shifted more than I could learn. No grand act and no display, only care that chose to stay. City noise fell out of frame, leaving space without a name. Two straight paths began to turn with a glove return. Streetlight flickered overhead, soft gold halo gently spread. Breath hung pale between the air while we lingered there. The lost glove returned, lives in ways I can't unlearn. One small kindness in the cold carried more than it could hold. Though we walked our separate ways, that brief pause remains and stays. Love first moved without concern through a lost glove return. Cold wind moved along the street, but that warmth stayed incomplete. Corner washed in amber glow, quiet lane with little flow, map held loose against my side, steps unsure of where to guide. Your outline in the light cut across the narrow night. Distance close by, just a few measured steps to you. The streetlight introduction flickered into quiet motion. One small pause beneath the glow set a gentle undertow. No grand plan and no design, just your presence next to mine. Love can start without instruction in a streetlight introduction. Shadows stretch along the ground, lighted city all around. Hands describe a turning way, while your eyes decide to stay. Names unspoken, time held thin. Night folds softly closing in that pool of amber hue. Something steady grew, The streetlight introduction changed the shape of this direction. Not a path I meant to take, yet a turn I did not break. Steps resumed, yet something stayed in the light that slowly swayed. Two brief lives in intersection in a streetlight introduction. Distant cars and fading sound leave a hush that circles round. Under one dim halo cast lingers more than what has passed. The streetlight introduction lives beyond that small connection. One brief stop and one soft gaze. Travel far beyond those days, though the road pulled me away and the light began to sway. Love first formed without protection in a streetlight introduction. Amber fades along the lane, but that glow remains again. Stairs above the street, summer air along the rail, city breath beneath the roofs, windows catching every note. Young horn resting in his hands, copper shining under lamps. First long tone across the block, night begins to slowly turn. Trumpet from the fire escape, golden sound in midnight air. Notes drift over sleeping doors, floating through the narrow square. Trumpet from the fire escape, soft blue line across the sky. Every rooftop hears the tune as the quiet hours pass by. Laundry lines and brick walls glow, cat's paws softly on the ledge. Taxi rolling far below, rhythm moving through the edge. Bent blue phrases start to rise, warm brass painting gentle light. Street begins to breathe along with the music of the night. Above the lane, simple horn and open sky. Little band of city sounds joining as the notes fly by. Trumpet from the fire escape, night turns mellow, calm and deep. Melody through darkened streets, sailing where the rooftops sleep. Trumpet from the fire escape, last long tone begins to fade. Morning waits beyond the blocks while the quiet serenade. Horn rests softly by his side. City hum continues on. Toys piled high against the ceiling, glass car light uneven reeling. Your lips formed a fragile motion, lost inside the room's commotion. I held only shame, not meaning. Faint outline the air was keeping. That absence pressed against my chest like a question left unguessed. Your name I almost missed, balanced on the edge of this. Half a sound, then nothing more. Opened up an unseen door, no clear sign to understand. Only air between your hand. Love took hold without insist, with a name I almost missed. Movement slowed without a reason. Focus cut through shift and season. All surrounding tones grew thinner, leaving space that pulled me nearer. Your expression held the answer before sound could ever anchor. Then it reached me soft and sure, and the room was not obscure. Your name I almost missed, changed the axis I exist. Single word now fully known, made the crowded space its own. Nothing grand to mark the start, only pressure in the heart. Two brief lives no longer drift, with a name I almost missed. Air stood still without a guide. Sound withdrew and stepped aside. In that fragile, sharpened line, something chose to realign. Your name I almost missed, carved a mark that will persist. What was nearly lost to air now remains with quiet care. Through the blur it found its place, set a light I still can trace. Love began without a twist, with a name I almost missed. All returns to restless tone, but that word remains alone.